Hello, welcome to DataSunrise demo. And in this demo, we'll configure single sign-on authentication for DataSunrise Web Console. And DataSunrise supports two industrial standards, OpenID Connect and SAML. And in this demo, I will configure OpenID Connect using Auth0 as an identity provider. First, you need to create your own domain or subdomain. And in my case, I created this DataSunrise demo. And the second step which we need to register there is to create an application. So this authentication provider will be aware of our application. So you can use the default app and configure this, or you can create a new one. So in my case, this is one, DataSunrise Security Suite, and the domain is registered like this, right? And in your case, you will use your own domain. When you create a new application, then this provider will issue a new client ID and a new client secret. Please save them because we need it to provide it for DataSunrise. Right? So this is step number one, to create your own SSO provider or use the one that you have and create an application there. So the provider will be aware what is the application we are going to authenticate. Okay. So the next step is to use the second item, which is the configuration itself of this domain. And this domain provides me .wellknown/OpenID configuration. And here we have to take some of these parameters, some of the settings provided by my domain. Now, I will copy from them. So in your case, it should also be something like well-known OpenID configuration. Please refer to your provider, SSO provider documentation and references to find out this configuration page in the JSON format. Okay, now we can go to DataSunrise itself. Let's log in with the standard way, just like admin user, for example, and your secret password, without any single sign-on for the first time. And next we have to add a new SSO provider. And now I copied all the required fields from my configuration of my SSO provider. As you can see, that there's a authorize endpoint URL. This JSON URL to the JSON file should also be there from the configuration. So you can take it from there, authorize, WKS, and then endpoint. This is DataSunrise endpoint, SSO endpoint. Also, we have to use our domain or IP address. This is a static IP address, and SSO endpoint. My client secret is here. I copied it from my application detail from here. And the client ID, I copied from the application client ID from here. Now, this way, we make DataSunrise aware that such a service exists and it can authenticate users coming to DataSunrise. So let's save it. Also, please pay attention that you have to select OpenID, not SAML in this case. Right, so let's save it. Now, the second step that we have to do is we have to connect our user, which we use to authenticate in DataSunrise, or create a new one if we want, in the access control. So we need to connect SSO user, which we also have to create with the specific user used in DataSunrise to map them. So let's check what kind of user do we have. We have here user management and users. Yes, and the users, we have this user created and the user ID and the username. So we can copy this username, right? This one. And then we can add it here. So I'm going to connect my user with the specific admin username, which also will be the admin role. But you can create your own users and connect with different roles as well. So by creating a new role and providing different level of privileges. Right now, we'll do the following. So we are going to now pick up this auto OpenID Connect, and identity will be provided here as a username, right? Let's add the connection. Now, this user admin becomes connected to my SSO provider and this specific user. So how we can test that everything works? So we already provided this user from this SSO service, right? This specific role through this user. Now we need to save it, and then to test it we just need to log out. Now something new happened here. So we have here login using single sign-on. So when we do that, this service will take us to the authentication page. Now let's test our user. So I open the same page and clear the cache so we can authenticate in our SSO with the OpenID Connect. First we have to provide the username, and I've saved this password as well. So with this URL, we see that we are going to authenticate in our SSO provider. Let's continue. Now we see the work in progress, and then now we are taken to DataSunrise dashboard. So this way we can configure our SSO provider and connect it with a DataSunrise user, or create a new user with a specific role and use our SSO provider. Thank you for watching.